Okay, so we are back live again. Very good, very good. Okay, guys. So let me let's rewind a little bit because to another green chapter of a Payback as a Lich. If you are in the audience and you're still trying to piece together the puzzle of who's who, what is real, why Vecna hates everyone so much, don't worry, so are we. There is a multiversal mess that is getting more tangled than, I should say, than Ronaldo's aristocratic life. It's very... So yeah, if you need a refresher about what this campaign is all about, we are not here to save the world, to save the multiverse. No. That is far too much effort. Instead, we are here to outwit, outsteal, and outlast Vecna, the Lich god, with too many fingers in too many pies, apparently. The left-hand horrors, as they self-titled them, as they self-dubbed themselves, a gaggle of self-serving, sarcastic liches. They are racing to collect the scattered pieces of the Rod of Seven Parts, not because they want to save the multiverse, but because they want to Vecna dead. After all, revenge is a dish best served undead. But before we give you guys a quick recap of the last session, let's remind the audience about our protagonists tonight, starting with Cyril, our time-twisted Lich. Still recovering from his Morgan Freeman moment in the last session where he did the full exposition and became the team's go-to for timeline explanations and time theories. Fascinating, but his time continues to be quite questionable as he is always slightly late for everything. Cyril, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Hello. I am feeling fantastic. I'm on time, as usual, and I will continue to be on time, as usual. That time now is my own time, so if I'm late, that's on your fault, not my fault.
All right. And, okay. And next, we have Midge, our fungus whisperer. As if dealing with Landro wasn't enough, having to go inside a construct. That's not what I was going for in terms of playlist. Let's try this again. There you go. And Midge, now she has to process the existence of two rods, two timelines apparently merged into one, and possibly two versions of herself. Oh, spores are a coping mechanism for this kind of stuff. Midge, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight after all the revelations.
Well, I spent the last couple of days back in my lair, just soaking in some fungal baths and using some of the fun ingredients that I've gathered along the way to make some nice and exciting treats for the next people we meet.
By the way, Midge, talking about that, as you return to your lair, I must add, it must have felt really weird to enter inside your lair and discover that someone had slept on your bed, watered your plants, fed your... who? It's like, oh no, do you have a roommate now?
Uh-oh. It's like the Three Little Bears.
Yes.
I mean, the three little mushrooms.
Exactly.
Good thing she's just as messy as I am, so it's okay.
Well, I gotta say, if it wasn't for the fact that things were not exactly like you left off, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
And moving to Drazov, our curious catastrophe. Between managing his peculiar quirks and deciphering which timeline he's in, Drazov has become the party's resident reality warping hazard, as he can remember both timelines, and he's apparently is the only member in this multiverse that can, as the rest of you start to figure out slowly that there are two timelines. Not only that, in the first timeline, Drazov has some glimpses of quite good insights of what happened with Vecna and how everything ended up in this mess. Drazov, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Hello, I am as always Baratheon, the bloated. And it has been very nice to have some downtime that I might get back to my experiments and my research. It's nice to, go out and see the multiverse every now and then, but at the end of the day, it's really the research that keeps you going.
Very good, very good. And if you are confused about his name, well, so are we. Every time he introduces himself, he has a different one. And we also have Creek, or should I say Creek 2.0 tonight? Or is this Creek 1.0? Returning to the party's mid-battle, Creek last session brought with him the unsettling revelation that apparently there are two parties. Necrolumpa is still alive in the first one, and this party may not be the original left-hand horrors. Creek's undead diplomacy saved the party from a hassle with Elandro and all those constructs that were raining on them. But his haunting ballads now have kind of a double meaning, if you catch my drift. Creek, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Well, I gotta say, it's a bit of a shock to see some of my traveling buddies and this left-hand horrors. I thought we were the 9 o'clock liches. Man, there's just so many different words here, and so many different... It's just all confusing. You think I died from a comet? Well, thankfully I got myself a comet, so I'll be ready for when it comes to me. Or did I already pass it? Ugh, there's just so much information.
Yes, indeed. Quite confusing. But let's catch up our audience with what happened in the last session. So, what a ride, huh? Inside the colossal construct that you went to visit, you've battled swarms of sentinels that were trying to secure the piece of the rod that were inside, on top of a giant brain. And just as things were spiraling out of control, Creek reappeared, but not the same Creek this party remember. A different Creek. A Creek that belonged to an alternate timeline, where Drazov was not a member of this party, but it was actually Necrolumpa. And it was this Creek who revealed the horrifying truth that the original left-hand horrors, or 9 o'clock liches, are still out there searching for their version of the Rod of Seven Parts, and they had split in order to cover more ground. And the Creek, when arrived at Lendro, he was very surprised to encounter the party there, because he thought they had agreed to go to different places. Cyril, our Morgan Freeman-style exposition specialist, pieced together that Vecna's accidental wish must have merged two timelines into one overlapping reality. Now there are potential 14 pieces of the rod, no longer 7, scattered across the multiverse. 2 rods, 2 parties, too much. And after a bardic ceasefire, I should say, after Creek used his diplomatic skill, it's like a professor orb, where he's eager to soak up secrets of the multiverse, and the party managed to leave the colossal construct with another piece of the rod. So yay! But they don't know if this piece is from the first rod or the second rod. And well, Landro is now now following you guys around. The party is returned to the Necro Tree for some much needed rest. And their next destination, they decided it's time to go to the Underdark to talk to the Spider Queen herself, Love, and her tangled web of treachery. Apparently, according to Volkar, Love had acquired a piece of the rod in which she was negotiating to deliver to Vecna. After all, she's an ally of Vecna, in exchange for a place in his new multiverse. So she has some leverage on the God of Secrets. And well, as the party rises from their rest, the Necro Tree hums with ominous energy, and the left-hand horrors come back to the Necro Tree for a pre-operational meeting. Now that their task isn't to just find the rod, it's to outpace their original selves in a race against the Vecna and their competition, cause their tangled fates, and trying to snag yet another piece of the rod from Love's grasp. And yeah, will they find themselves snared in deadly games? They already are. But how much worse can it get? And on that note, let me bring all of you to the Necro Tree, where we left you. But before that, let me give a quick pit stop at the race to 7, or is the race to 14? So for our audience, this is how the race looks like now. We have one of the pieces of the rod that Creek has. Each one of the Volkars has their own piece of the rod. Then we have Necrolumpa from the other party, who has gone to Mechanus, having one piece of the rod herself. Drazov carries one piece of the rod. Cyril has one piece of the rod, but we don't know from which one. And yes, apparently in one of the versions of Kaz has 3 pieces of the rod, while the other one has 2. And now you are hoping that in Love's place you will find yet another piece of the rod. The last one, that little white tip there, that seems that no one has. Well, Drazov and Necrolumpa have the only piece of the rod that can lead to that one, because when you hold one piece of the rod, it points to the next one, and so on and so forth. Alright, so on that note, let me bring you guys back to the Necro Tree, where you can conspire about what you want to do next.
Okay. That was a nice rest. Did you miss me?
Missed you and your smells, Midge. I've grown quite accustomed to them.
Thank you. So, where to next?
I believe we were off to the Underdark, weren't we?
I think so. Creek, trays off. Is that okay with you?
Yes, it seems we must go and speak to this Spider Queen.
Well,
Do you know how to get to the Underdark?
No.
I could ask my Cyril. He's over in the Underdark right now. We could probably try to catch up with him.
Cyril's right here.
No. I know that's Cyril, but I'm talking about the Cyril that's with me. You know.
I know, he's right there.
Yeah,
He is with you.
The other one. Just like how I'm not the same creek.
And how would you suggest doing this? By sending? Would it not just go to me?
I'm not really familiar with you, unlike the other Cyril. I'm sure if I sent sending, it would go to you, the other you.
Try it.
You don't need to send it to me. I'm right here.
Creek is curious though, because he wants to know if he'll get 2 messages or 1
Yeah,
message.
I'm
So
curious. This is fun.
Creek will get will send sending to Cyril. It says, "All right, I got the part from Eberron. Now I'm with the same group as you guys. How do I get to the Underdark?"
And roll a d4 for me.
3.
Cyril, you just hear the message in your head. What the hell is he doing?
And I'm gonna turn around so he doesn't see me moving, and I'm gonna say, I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you've done with my daughter, but I will find you.
I have a very peculiar set of skills.
That's what I say, is that kind of what everyone said?
Well, I'm glad he's still alive down there. That is something Cyril would say to me, but I kind of wish he was he was a little more serious.
And I'll look at Freak and just go, gotcha! That one to me. I told you, there's only one of me.
Maybe it goes by who's closer to me. Because that Cyril is further away than you, which you're only like 10 feet in front of me.
Okay, I'll move a little bit.
No, I'm
Try
not
again.
gonna do it. I'm no genius, but I don't think 5 feet will make a difference compared to a whole new plane.
10 feet?
Well,
A whole new place. Where we'll be.
Wow, it's nice to see that everybody's in a good mood this morning. What the hell?
Ah,
Oh, what the hell is this sentient being doing in the necro tree? You know, this is the very first secret we should protect. This is the only base we can truly be sure we can discuss our things. Are you sure, Creek, that this creature is reliable and trustworthy?
well, in good faith, I've given it one of my arcane secrets. And I'm sure, just like how you met us and built that with us, as long as we keep our interests aligned and show good faith with this creature, I believe they'll oblige and keep everything safe. Why else would you have recruited us, Vokar? We were all strangers at once. Still distrustful, I'll say.
It is only logical that I will keep maintaining a peaceful and mutual beneficial arrangement between myself and all of you. It seems that indeed I'm already collecting more data than I can process.
yeah, Landro, have you recovered from trying to tap into the tree yet?
I will take many years in order to analyze and fully process all the information I've collected from this necro tree.
So, does it cause a backlog? So any information you're taking in right now, does it kind of just go off to the side while you process the tree? How does this work?
That sounds like a fair. It's difficult to explain to you in a way that your brain may comprehend, but it is very close to what you've said, Midge.
Okay.
Don't forget, I will be wanting copies of all of that data once you process it. Or as you process it.
That sounded a little bit hurtful to me, Midge, if you ask me. He has a little bit of snarkiness in him. I don't know if I trust him.
Well, it was an ends to a mean to an end. We needed a piece of the rod, and this is how we got it. So we'll see what happens and deal with the consequences when they arrive.
That's very optimistic of you, Midge. Maybe all
I
this
know
time with Creek
What's
is...
happening to me? I created a pretty flower, and now I'm optimistic? Wait, am I the other Midge?
Yeah, maybe you are the fake Midge.
Who am I?
Maybe you are the cheap knockoff.
Oh, I don't like this.
Greek side eyes Wilcar when he says fake, thinking of himself.
But I do have a question, Volcar. Can I have a spell crystal, please?
A spell crystal? You know, these don't come easy. Why do you need a spell crystal?
I got a spell scroll for, a spell that I really want to learn, and I can't. So I gave the scroll to Cyril. I'm gonna have Cyril learn the spell and store it in a crystal so I can use it.
I see. Well, I don't have many of these around. I have a little collection of my own.
Can I trade you something?
I only have a topaz, a star ruby, a ruby, and a diamond. I'm not gonna give you the diamond, but I can any of the other three if you make it interesting, Midge. What do you offer?
How about some Kraken ink?
Nah, I don't think you know how much these value.
Okay, a black sapphire?
No.
Let's see.
Midge, do you realize how
what?
difficult it is to find a ruby spell gem? They're extremely rare and very expensive.
All right, so I'm having still the same problem that I've had with other ones. Can you repeat that, please, for me?
He said that it's incredibly rare for him to find a spell gem ruby. So, if you need to make him a proper offer, something truly precious.
How about this?
And she holds out a talisman.
Is this a talisman?
It is a very, very evil talisman.
Oh, now that's interesting. Midge, I said I wouldn't, but in exchange for... What is the level of the spell you want to cast?
I
8.
think it's
for
8.
both.
Yeah, it's the horrid wilting. I think it's an 8th level spell. Yeah.
I will give you the ruby spell gem in exchange for the talisman.
Okay.
Because above the table, I still haven't used it yet, so I don't mind.
All right.
I'll get more use out of the spell gem, I think.
Sounds good. And he gives you...
There's 5. There's 5. Only 1 charge has been used in it. So
Okay.
There's 5 charges left.
You can add spell gem ruby to your
right.
inventory. It's a legendary item.
All right. So I
And
was
delete the
attuned
talisman.
to it. How will that work? Do I need to just unattune to it?
Yeah, you can unattune.
Before I give it to him?
Yeah,
Okay.
you would need to unattune, but that's fine.
Okay. Well, I deleted it. Okay, and then what am I adding?
Spell gem. Ruby.
Spell gem ruby. Ooh. Okay. So as soon as Midge gets it, Midge is going to.
Thank you.
She's gonna walk over to Cyril.
Cyril. Could pretty please, with fungus on top, could you learn that spell and put it inside this gem so I could use it, please?
Just to clarify, it was Dalzim's horrid wilting, wasn't it?
Horrid wilting. Yes. Yeah.
And Cyril's going to look at Midge and say, lucky for you, in my time off, away from you guys, I thought about you and I said I'd be prepared, so I already have it ready for you. And he'll take the gem off Midge, and I'm not sure how this works. Do I just cast the spell and the gem absorbs it, or what way does this work?
Okay, a spell gem can contain one spell from any class spell list. You become aware of the spell when you learn the gem's properties. While holding the gem, you can cast a spell from it as an action. If you know the spell, or if the spell is on a class spell list, on your class spell list, doing so doesn't require any component and doesn't require any attunement. The spell then disappears from the gem. So Cyril, you can cast a spell because it's in your class list, and Midge, you can use the spell because you can use the spell from the gem like as if it was a spell scroll. I won't be too strict about this. If the spell is on a higher level than what you can usually cast, is not the case here. You can imbue the gem with a spell if you are attuned to it, and if it's empty. To do so, you cast a spell while holding the gem. The spell is stored in the gem instead of having any effect. Casting the spell must require either one action or 1 minute, no longer, and a spell level must be no higher than the gem's maximum, which your gem's maximum is 8. All right. So what the flexibility I'm giving here is. Midge, you are attuned to the gem, so that meets one requirement. And Cyril, you can cast a spell, which meets the second requirement. So if you both work together, you can cast a spell for Midge while she's attuned to the gem, fill it up the gem with a spell, and she can use it as if it was a scroll.
I need an hour to attune to it. Are we just going to bypass that then? The gem is empty, so I'm just gonna call this 1 minute. It's nothing too special for you to attune. It's not it's just a rock. Okay. So then I just hand it to him, or I hold it in my hand? No, because he has to.
He has to cast, so he needs to hold in his hand while you are attuned to it, he'll cast his spell and then fill it up the gem, give it to you, and you can use the gem.
Okay. All right. So, Midge will.
Here you go. Just hold this in your hand, and please make sure you're casting the horrid wilting spell, because that's the one I really want.
And Cyril's going to look down to Midge and say, My ears aren't what they quite used to be. I heard you say alarm, and he'll cast. No, I joke. He'll take the.
She casts infestation on Cyril's head.
Whoa!
Come on, this is the Midge that you know and love.
I know. Cyril
and she really did because you joked. So give me a con 19 save.
Con 19. Oh my god. That's a 16.
All right. You take 9 poison damage as all of these mites just start biting your head.
And I'm immune to poison.
I know, but still all these mites and fleas and stuff are crawling all over your head.
And Cyril will look down to Midge and say, "All right. I heard you the first time," and he'll turn his back to Midge, just not to aim towards the tree, and he will cast a Horrid Wilting. And the gem will absorb the spell. I will cast that.
Very good.
The VTT. For anyone who does not know. And after a minute, I can just picture Midge behind me, like impatiently, like tapping her foot and counting bugs that are falling off my head, going, "Come, hey." And as Cyril
Pretty
turns
much.
around and says, "You don't rush me. I am always ready when I want to be ready, and always on time when I need to be on time." As he drops the crystal into her outstretched hands.
Thank you so much.
Wow! This is the cheap knockoff of Midge. A nice Midge. I feel weird around you now, Midge. It's almost like you're becoming one of the goodies. Are you gonna... You're saying thank you and please. Whew.
Midge turns around, casts poison spray out of her ass. Add Vokar. Give me a con 19 save.
Better yet, yes. as you cast that as a reaction, he is just going to teleport 60 feet towards it. Or I should say 40 feet, and says, "Now that's the Midge I like."
Say, Midge, that's a new trick. I've never seen that one before.
You did the special effect. That is,
There it is.
there it is. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. And it says, "Nice try, though. So, where are you guys going next?"
Our plan is to go to the Underdark, but we seem to have a little bit of an issue with how to get there. Creek here says that I understand how to get there, or that I'm already there, but as you can tell, I'm very much here.
Well, there is a teleportation circle to the material plane. That gives an entrance to the Underdark. I can take you there, but unfortunately, I can't go down with you this time. I have some things I want to investigate myself. And... oh, by the way, this time, have all your dumbasses attuned to the items that protect you from scrying so you don't meet bad Necrolumpa and Mr. Sunfall again?
Always.
Yes.
Indeed.
Cyril's gonna say, head down in shame, and go, "No, but I do have non-detection," and he will cast that on himself.
Why are you not attuning to the item?
I don't know. It doesn't scream to me like my amazing armor here does, and my beautiful javelin, and my other amazing longsword of vengeance. You know, these three things they know me. They know who Cyril really is. Deep down. This amulet, nah.
And
Really go
It's
with
time for
my-
you. It's time for you to take Mystic Conflicts, dude.
And-
yeah.
and Volkar approaches you, and he looks, and he kind of is sizing you up, Cyril, as he looks you up and down. Well, that makes sense. Yes. Cyril, where did you get this armor?
I won it in a game of cards. And by won it, I mean the other fella died. So I suppose it's kind of like winning.
It's the best way to win at cards.
Must have played to the death.
I did take quite some time to finish my turn.
And I assume the individual you won from was a fiend.
Yes. How did you know?
Well, because I was young and naive like you once, and I've also lost to a fiend in a poker game, and I must say, I was very happy with the items I've got, but it turns out that the fiends sometimes curse the items that go away from them, that they lose. And I have the feeling that all these items you are attuned to may have been cursed by this fiend. Now, I can do a little check, if you allow me.
I mean, you can have a look, but does an armor as shiny as this look cursed to you? And he's gonna stick his hands in front of him to allow everyone to admire his shiny armor.
Well, I know you like the armor, but how about we start with the sword?
I mean, you can have a look at it. It doesn't get much use, as I'm sure you can understand, but it's been with me through a lot. It's been with me through a lot.
Of course. I'm gonna make it just a little experiment with it, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And he casts Remove Curse on your sword.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And as he does, as you know, the weapon is cursed and possessed by a vengeful spirit. Becoming attuned to it extends the curse to you. As long as you remain cursed, you are unwilling to part with the weapon, keeping on your person at all times. While attuned to this weapon, you have disadvantage on attack rolls made with weapons other than this one. In addition, while the weapon is on your person, you must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw whenever you take damage from another creature in combat. On a failed save, you must attack the creature until it drops to 0 hit points, or you do. Or if you can't reach the creature to make a melee attack against it. You can break the curse in the usual ways. Alternatively, casting banishment on the weapon forces the vengeful spirit to leave. The weapon then becomes a +1 weapon with no other properties, which is the case now. This is now a longsword +1.
Okay, thanks.
And as you hold the sword back, you just don't feel now he broke it. Now it just it doesn't feel the same, Cyril. What the hell did he do to it?
Cyril's gonna look at Vokar in disgust and say, what have you done? Look at it now. It's just lost all its glorious sheen and gleam and shine, and now it's just and he's just gonna lob it over Drazov's head, and he's gonna say, "It's useless now."
Well, it's still a medical.
Drazov, upon seeing this, takes several steps away from Vokar and says, "You stay away from me with those fingers."
What? Okay, sorry guys, I was looking at something else. What? It's a longsword +2.
Longsword +1.
+1.
+1.
And then as soon as Vokar says it's still magical, Cyril's going to say, okay, I'll go get it. And with his very unimpressive 11th strength, I'm assuming it probably just about made it over this wall. So he's slowly going to walk his way over and pick back up the sword.
And with that, you have a longsword +1 now.
And as Cyril comes back, he says, "Vokar, as much as I like you, please don't come near the rest of my shiny, gleaming, shimmering weapons and armor."
Okay. Hey, if you want to keep drinking from that poison, that's your choice. Who am I to judge?
Midge walks over, and she has just a little small sword on her side, And she goes,
Would you like to use this too?
it's a short sword +2.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not attuned. I am not proficient.
In short swords?
I'm not even proficient in my longsword, bro.
Really?
Yeah, no. Or
Oh.
my javelin.
Oh. Okay. Well, she still does it because she doesn't know that.
And Cyril.
Was your
Cyril
was
of
your
the
f-
mage-
was your first class, was your primary class sorcerer or wizard?
wizard?
When I look at this short sword, is this the same one you took from the Dead Creek? It looks awfully like Creek 2.0's sword.
I don't remember where I got it. Did I pull it from Krieg's body?
There wasn't anything
No
left
one,
on his body.
no one,
Yeah,
no one
probably.
pulled anything from Creek's bodies.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay, because he had a short sword +2 on it.
No, I think this was dropped by the treasure goblin
Oh, okay.
because I've only had it a couple weeks. Yeah. So she's holding it up to Cyril.
Do you want this?
I'm okay, dear. You hold on to that.
Okay.
Makes you look all that more menacing than you already are.
It's metal. I.
She walks over.
Do you want it, trays off?
No, I'm good. I have no need of this. I have a staff, you see. It's brand new. Most nice.
Okay. All right. If we find someone who might be able to use it, let me know, please.
I will make a note of it.
Okay.
So, shall I take you to the entrance of the Underdark?
Yes.
If
Sure.
possible, but maybe before we go, guys, how would you all feel if I do attune to this amulet, just on the off chance that we run into some more problems?
I think
I
that's
would-
a
I would
great
say very good.
idea.
It'll give me time
Perfect.
to write a song.
Give me approximately, judging by my estimate, 10 hours. Perfect. And he's just gonna slowly walk away,
10 hours?
and he's gonna turn around. You heard me. 10 hours.
Okay. While
He's going-
his
What the hell?
while
Turn
his
back around and go. Sorry, 1 hour. My timing's wrong once again.
Oh,
while he's off figuring out how to attune to a very simple item, I have to explain some context to all of you since I won't be there. So, there is a war happening in the Abysm. It's named the War of Pandesmos. Pandesmos being a place in the Abysm. Turns out that since Miska, the wolf spider, was brought back by Kaz, who used the rod's powers to do that by triggering those stupid witches in the first place, turns out that there's a war happening between armies of Lolth and armies of Miska. You see, both of them are like alpha spiders and they hate each other. So, this war is happening in a place called the Ruinous Citadel in Pandesmos. Love has been spending a significant amount of resources against the wolf spiders of Miska, and this fight has been going on for quite some time now. Now, I should warn you The place I'm taking you is a secret location that Loth, it's kind of a secret war room the Loth has. From the times I used to work for Vecna, we used to come there to discuss politics with her and other things Vecna was interested, mostly secrets. And well, hopefully the portal remains the same. And, but I have to warn you, she is an ally of Vecna. They have a very fruitful working relationship, like Vecna has with many demons. So, I just want to give you a heads up. By the way, mate, I really love this talisman. I think Nerus will be very happy. I feel like I'm shining now. Look at this beauty. His looks so scary and creep. I keep getting distracted by that. It's so heavy.
You're welcome.
What I was talking about, I lost my train of thought.
You were telling us about the battle between Miska and Loth.
Yeah, there's a battle. I think that's yeah, there's a battle, and Loth is on the side of Vecna, Miska is on the side of Cass. We don't have to take any sides. We're not a part in this war. But you may want to live your... How do we say your hate for Vecna at the footstep, at the threshold of her door? Because if you go in there and you start saying shit about Vecna, well, she's just gonna probably feed your bodies to her children. So, be mindful of that. Any questions?
Do you think she might part with some of the children for study?
I wouldn't try that. But sometimes she feeds on her own children.
So she won't miss a few then?
Well, you can certainly try. I'm not the one to say if she's gonna miss or not. I don't know that her at that level, at that personal level. But I can tell you, I think you really don't want to present yourselves as enemies of Vecna. She might already know about you. Also, maybe you want to hide that weird floating gem that keeps running around you, because that will certainly raise questions. The last thing Loth need is a little floating recorder, keeping information about everything she says to you.
Yes, Landro, you should try to glow less. Be dimmer. Just less bright. He says with the flames roaring on top of his head.
I can
The irony in that.
I can certainly try to glow less, but I'm afraid some people are just created to be stars, and that is my case.
Creek, using his actor feat, he's gonna copy Landro's voice. You're gonna hear like a robotic voice come from Creek as he says to Landro, to ensure your safety with us and gather information, you must not tell your true intentions. Please let us be the mouth for you. You may compromise your safety by telling them. I understand you are an honest being.
Your attentive
I have an idea.
Is beautiful.
Good.
Go ahead, Drazov.
Drazov pulls out his disguise kit and takes some strips of cloth and starts wrapping them around Landro. So he's just like a little floating bundle of cloth.
Well, That's still gonna raise questions. Anything floating near you?
Midge raises her hand, and she's gonna cast infestation on the cloths, so that there are a bunch of bugs and shit crawling all around it too. To make it look
can always
a
count
little
on
bit,
Midge too.
worse.
You know, maybe Drazov now is the time where you just set the cloth on fire and make him look exactly like you.
I like this idea. He's going to pull a little flint. Oh no, he's going to use lightning lore to attack specifically the cloth, which, being flammable, will set a fire.
And this is real fire?
He's using lightning lore, so he's it's setting it, and he's attacking the cloth, not Landro himself.
Well,
So it's lightning
Landro
that
is
is
Landro is in the
igniting
middle of the cloth.
Right.
All
Rolling
right.
the dice that he's immune to fire damage.
Landro is not immune to fire damage.
Oh.
And he says, "Please put it out the fire immediately, or this will be a breach of our agreement."
Oh, yes, sorry. And Drazov is going to pat him out.
I'll use prestidigitation to help.
Very nice, Drazov. Very nice. I really like the flaming effect. I was hoping we'd crack that gem. So...
Alright, I've got another idea, and he's going to use invisibility on Landro.
Alright. And Landro, his invisibility only... Yeah, it's only on creatures. Landro is...
Oh, is he not a creature?
Now that's a gray area. Because he was a construct, a warforged is a creature. He was kind of a warforged, but now he's kind of a professor orb. A professor orb is like a magical item, but he is sentient, and he does have... sure, let's call it a creature. I'll rule in your favor. Whatever.
Alright.
Alright.
You cast invisibility and I can still see him.
Alright, yeah.
Everybody can
in
still
this
see
campaign
him. Yeah.
as true sight.
Crusade.
Well, why don't we keep the invisibility? I have an idea. You guys know I wear such a large hat on my head.
It's gonna be a floating hat.
A floating hat, and I can play a tune that I could convince people. It's part of my act.
So Cyril's going to come back around the corner after attuning to the side of him and just see poor Landro, bugs falling off his flame body while he's somewhat invisible. And I can just imagine Creek just about to put his hat over the thing. Like, what did I walk in on, guys?
We're trying to find a way to keep Landro safe and not raise any questions before we go to the Underdark.
Landro's brightness attracts too much attention.
Which is why we should put him on my hat. It'd be cool to have a floating hat. I could do a trick for people. They would totally believe that.
How about we hide Landro in my armor? I'm sure he'll fit. I'm only skin and bone underneath here after all.
It's worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
That work? Legend?
Sure. He would fit in the tail of your armor.
There we go, perfect.
Does this tail glow now?
Like a true scorpion, yes.
Sure. Let's call that a yes because it's too funny to say no. Okay. you are like oh boy, you are like a firefly scorpion.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Your sting glows.
Nice.
Midge is just fascinated with Cyril's tail now.
Ugh.
Fancy.
Glowworm. You're a glowworm.
Doesn't your fish do that too, Midge?
Well, it's not her tail, but she has something that dangles in front of her head that attracts people to her.
Careful, Cyril. You might find another mate down there.
Well, I
Or
always thought.
attracts them so she can eat them.
Well, I
So,
always
on
thought
to-
Cyril was a glower, not a shower.
You know me too well, Vokar.
Oh, inspiration to Vokar.
And it was too much of a low hanging fruit. All right, and it says, "So, are we ready to go?"
We're ready. We're ready.
All right.
I'm ready to roll.
Let's go!
Okay. Now I cannot stress this enough. Love is not gonna be happy knowing that there are 5 liches that know the address to her front door. Or I should say her back door. But, so, be mindful. I'll bring you there. And then, good luck. And you go down towards the teleportation circle near the necro tree, and you come out in a circle inside this massive cave. And a little teleportation circle, and in front of it you see this crater that clearly goes to something really, really dark. Somewhere really, really dark. Around you, you hear nothing but the sound of a waterfall falling into this abyss in front of you. The cave is closed. There is one small entrance to the south of you. You can't really tell if there have been any other creatures. It seems like the place is very much abandoned. So, question to you all is, what do you want to do, guys? So, the place is well, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to the Underdark. Just follow the dark. Oh, and by the way, the teleportation circle to leave here is not a small one, it's the big one over here. So, when you get out, don't forget, you gotta come to the big teleportation circle to leave this place. It's a one-way teleportation circle. See you guys later. Good luck.
Bye. So Cyril is going to look to the rest of the group and say, as we seem to be a little short on time, 2 sets of parties, possibly 3 sets of parties now chasing the rod. What say you that we all just jump down? I mean, we're liches, we're immune to fall damage. I mean, it's pretty quick. What do we think?
How about I just turn us all into mist? That might be easier.
I like Cyril. We can fall down faster than this. No time like the present. And Creepy's gonna go running and jump into the hole.
Cyril's going to turn around and look at Midge and just shrug his shoulders and just drop.
Just for the record, Midge, I liked your idea better.
Can I do a performance as we skydive? Like, hey Cyril, this is so much fun. Watch this.
Roll acrobatics. Let's see how well you perform without bumping against the walls and start ping-ponging your way down.
Oh. 24.
Nice.
Very good, Krieg. How about you, Cyril? How well do you do acrobatics with that massive armor? You gotta roll this with disadvantage.
Pretty well, I'd say. 14.
Very good. And pretty well is a good description of how well that went. As you both of you land prone, and Cyril, after you hit the ground, some pieces of your armor fall off. Obviously, it's a good thing Landro was on your tail; it was protected from the fall from whatever position you fell, and after both of you hit the ground and your armor fell apart, there are pieces of your armor that you don't even know where they go. You know when you disassemble a clock and then there's some extra pieces left over? That's how you feel now about your armor. And Drays of Midge, what would you like to do?
Mitch is just going to watch these guys jump, and then she's going to wild shape into a giant eagle and fly down.
And upon seeing that, Drazulf is going to stand, like, totally, like, straight, vertical, and stiff, pantomime pinching a nose that no longer exists, and just hop. Straight down.
Or did we fall?
All right. And as the four of you are, Midge is gliding down, and the Drays of you are falling. Midge, after the three of them fall and you're gliding down, you realize how deep this hole is. This hole is... You've been gliding down to a point where you decided to just close your wings and dive. And it's all dark in front of you, and you can't see anything. And you've been diving here for a good part of an hour.
Oh God!
And so have these guys. Now this is a very deep hole. You've been falling for an hour. Well, it's a good thing you guys don't take damage from fall, right?
As soon as her wild shape ends, she'll wild shape again in the middle of the air.
All right.
Wild shape only lasts for an hour, right?
Yeah, and I gotta say, you guys fall for so long. I could almost offer you
10 hours.
I could
10 hours. Okay.
I could almost offer you a short rest. That's how long you guys have been falling.
I might be playing a song actually while we're falling. I'm only like 70 pounds altogether.
I'm pretty heavy with this armor.
All right. And let me bring you back. Let me bring you to your landing spot.
I almost want to inspire you, Cyril.
Let me bring you guys to your deathbed.
Midge, by the time you land and you finish your wild shape from eagle to back to Midge, all you see is this mix of legs and arms and armor and gear that is on the ground between Krieg, Cyril, and Drazulf. There are parts of their bodies, they're scattered all over the place. Drazulf, you landed on the wrong side of Cyril, and his armor, his sharp part of his armor just cut you in half, and now gotta piece yourself together. Yeah, it's fun times, guys. You now gotta play, you gotta put yourself together, and I feel like I have to. And
I can just picture like my hand like passing Krieg a random leg and being like, "You try that on." He's like, "No, it doesn't fit me." And then he passes it to Drazulf, and Drazulf tries it on, and "Nope, not mine." He throws it to me, and it's like, "Oh, that's my arm, not my leg," and just so on and so forth.
Oh, that's my guitar. Try playing. Let me see if this hand works. Nope, this one can't strum it.
That's not mine. That's my one. That's mine.
Midge walks around, even though it won't do anything, and she touches everyone and casts Spare the Dying, even though it's not going to do anything. She just feels like she needs to try and help.
Drazul's familiar Quazzle has turned back from it being invisible in his usual bat shape to just sort of this waddling little green creature that's picking up random limbs and handing them to random people while griping.
Very good. Very good. Oh, and on that note, let me bring the little guy as token here.
Yeah, when we're not in combat, he's pretty much always going to be invisible and in bat form and just kind of following along.
All right.
The manifest mind is also there, but again, when we're out of combat, it doesn't necessarily need a token because it's just going to be following along when we're not in combat.
Okay, and so I'm hiding Landro's manifest mind and when was the last? Remind me, when was the last time we saw the manifest mind token?
That was in the battle against the fiend, Fractal Cash was his name, or
all right,
whatever the big fiend that we fought.
Okay, very good. All right, guys. As you finally land in this chamber, you look around, and quite frankly, you guys have no idea how to get out of here. Nothing seems very obvious about, but you can all roll perception to see if you see something.
Mitch got a 26.
Okay. Okay, Midge. You think that this wall over here has some sort of secret door.
Okay.
But you don't see any buttons or any obvious mechanism to open.
She'll just touch the wall and try and push it.
Nothing happens.
Does it seem magical in nature?
No.
Okay. Can she investigate it then?
Yes.
Okay. 17.
Midge, you think that either there is a warden that opens this door, some sort of a gatekeeper, or there is some sort of word for you to open this.
Midge mutters under her breath. Bird.
Unfortunately, in the lair of Lowell, bird is not the word.
What is this book?
It is Drazov's Manifest Mind.
Oh.
Mitch will turn around.
I think that's gonna open, but we gotta figure it out. I think there might be a word or some way to get it open.
Cyril's gonna go up and investigate the wall.
And Cyril, go ahead.
That is a 14.
You have no idea, Cyril.
Can I?
Well, isn't it obvious? There's gotta be some sort of prayer for love. This is our lair, as I have heard from Volkar. It seems that the answer is quite logical.
Hey, Creek, do you know that children's song about the spider and the water spout? Maybe try singing that.
Are you referring to the itsy bitsy spider, or are you referring to something else there, Mitch?
Yeah.
All right. Creek with his guitar as he gets ready for it. He goes, as he like warms up his bones for a second, making sure everything's in place. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Then the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout, went up the spout again.
The audience really enjoyed Creek. Unfortunately, the door doesn't open though.
I thought it was good.
Well,
I do
maybe
not
there's
like this new Creek. I do not think we should let him make the plans anymore. I am still trying to fit my names back together. I like the old one better.
And I still think you're Cos, but that's okay. We can agree to disagree.
The other one had better song.
Ouch. The insults.
Well, the other one died to a comet, so you got me.
Wow, shots fired. Shots fired.
Can we see anything on any of the other walls?
Beyond the walls, no. And above you is a dark. There's no ceiling. It's only the darkness that you have been falling from for about an hour. And Landro approaches the door and he says, "It is beautiful that a group of well-educated arcane masters cannot deduce that a simple prayer to Love, one of the classic ones, may be the key to open this door. Well, as they say in the droll dialect." And he starts to speak in a droll dialect near the door. And for what you guys can gather from who speaks Elvish
Greek
Hold
does.
on.
or Underdark?
I speak Undercommon and
no.
Elvish.
Undercommon and Elvish. Okay, so Creek.
I speak Elvish as well.
Okay. So who speaks Elvish? You understand bits and pieces of this. Creek, as you understand Undercommon and Elvish, you get the general gist. As he's saying something like this: "O weaver of webs and mistress of shadows, love, queen of the demon web pits, hear this plea from your faithful servant. By the threads of chaos you spin, I offer my will to your tangled schemes. May our venom seep into my foes, your cunning guide my path, and your eternal darkness shield me from the eyes of those who dare oppose. In your name I beg passage through this veil of stone and secrecy, that I may step into your domain and serve your inscrutable desires. Open the way, O Dark Mother, and let your whispered truths guide me even deeper."
Yeah, I don't think we were ever getting that.
And as
I
he's
still thought your song was good.
and as he says that, you guys just hear as the door opens in front of you, and as you cross through the other side of this stone gate, very heavy stone gate, you've encountered what seems to be a settlement. Roll stealth, or that drider that is standing right there will notice you.
Can Midge cast Pass Without a Trace?
Yes, you can.
Midge is casting Pass Without a Trace.
Oh,
All
sweet,
right.
That makes me a 30 then.
So we get it's a 10 that it gives us, isn't it?
Plus 10.
Yeah, plus 10.
Plus 10. Yes.
All right, and the number to beat is
24.
Not 20 for Midge.
well.
it seems the Drider has an itch that, for whatever reason, it can scratch right in the middle of its humanoid body's back, and it's scratching itself against the little stalagmite behind it, and it seems like it's just scratching itself and hasn't realized that you guys are there on the door. Even though the door opened, it seems that the creature is very distracted with its itch. In front of you, there are abandoned carts, dead bodies entangled in webs. Seems that they have been devoured already. You see the marks of a door behind you and marks of another door in front of you. There's another door to the southwest. You've noticed from the position creek, you can see there seems to be a hallway to the southwest, and yet another door here to the south. So there's several doors in this place, and it seems to be kind of an entrance or a foyer. What would you guys like to do? The Drider has not noticed you yet.
Drezloff is quickly going to pull the hood of his cloak up, or of his robes up over his head to try and quash those flames.
Very good.
I don't know. Do we want to? I don't know that we can get through these doors, guys, without saying another prayer. So, do we try and take this guy down?
I mean, it is a 4v1.
Well, wouldn't that just alert everyone else? We could just go around here, because this place is not. This is not the only person here.
Okay.
Let's try the door first.
Plus, we can always lie and say we're with Vecna.
All right.
How quietly do we think that Andro can say another prayer?
Well, I think Creek could probably try saying it too.
On her way, Midge is intrigued by this little red thing sitting here. Can she take a look at that on her way, quietly?
To that?
Yeah, right up here, next to this body.
Okay. That is a helm that used to belong to someone. Seems to be made of this. Actually, no. This is not a helm. This is the shield.
Looks like a.
It's a It's a no. Sorry, it's a plate.
Thing?
It's a plate. Yeah, it's a plate.
It's just a plate. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was a gem or anything. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we're making our way over here.
All right. The Drider continues to scratch herself against the stalagmite. Seems that she's really struggling to try and get there. There's some mushrooms, some big mushrooms here to your right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does Mitch notice them?
Yeah, she definitely notices them. There are spider webs all over the roof. This place is as tall. This cave is as tall as it is wide. So this area has about a roof of 90 feet tall.
Right.
As you look up, it's dark, but you have the impression there are things crawling on the webs. And yeah, so you want to risk Landro saying another prayer?
Well, Midge is staring at these mushrooms, so she's absolutely going to investigate and take some of the mushrooms.
Okay.
Maybe I could probably say it quietly. I don't know if I have to roll something just because I got the general gist of it.
All right. What do you want to say, Greek?
Oh boy. Okay. Creek will quietly say this, and he'll try starting as well. Like he'll say, "Oh, Weaver of Webs, Mistress of Shadows, please hear my plea from one of your faithful servants, the one that delivers wrath and the one that sees all in the Underdark. Please grant me access through this door so that I may continue to serve on my quest to you. In my name, I hope you hear Miska, the Spider Wolf Queen.
The door doesn't open. Elandra
What?
says, "This is the Temple of Love. Miska the Spider Wolf is her mortal enemy."
You fool, you've doomed us all.
And
I'm so glad I whispered that.
and as you whisper that to the door doesn't open.
That's hilarious.
Roll
What about these mushrooms? Sorry, can I resolve that?
a
real quick?
nature.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe I did that.
19.
These are just normal mushrooms. They're not poisonous.
Okay.
They just grow in the dark. There are
Okay.
plenty of them everywhere. It's like grass. In
Nothing special though.
not particularly special.
All right, then I'll just leave them there.
And just to be clear, anybody who didn't speak, what language did you say the prayer in?
Drow dialect.
Right. So any of us who don't speak that, have no idea what you just said.
Yeah.
Only Midge would get bits and pieces of it because
That you would pray to Miska, her sworn enemy.
Fantastic.
Oh boy.
Oh, man,
Unbelievable.
natural one.
Unbelievable. And well, the door doesn't open, and you guys hear there some conversation there, coming from that hallway there to the southwest. Yes, you hear the echoes of conversation, and you can still hear the dryer. Now, you are in a higher level, but because you are behind these crates and this cart, I'm giving you 3/4 covered on there. So the dryer it hasn't noticed you so far.
Well, it got passed without a trace also still.
Yes,
So-
yes, indeed. And that's definitely helping.
Midge is going to... Midge can hear the voices as well?
Yeah.
We all can? Okay.
Can we just
So
say
it-
something?
So
Midge
in
is gonna sneak
here,
over this way.
let me describe a little bit better the room. So that there are remains of mold-covered broken wagons and barrels languishing in this large foyer. There are humanoid skeletal remains that lie strewn about, their swords and armor bent and rusted. Something gleams next to the bodies, propped along the north wall. Double doors on the east, northeast, and southeast walls are rusted shut. And there's a circular chamber that opens in the southwest wall, and you can't see exactly what is there yet.
So the something gleaming, those are the plates that you were talking about?
Yeah, there's something that gleams.
So
Seems to
there's
be
two of
plate.
them.
Yeah, seems to be
Okay.
something plate, like plates with food.
Okay.
But Midge, as you look close, it's like these plates are made of rubies.
Oh, well that's why... Well then Midge will go back over there. Can I investigate further then?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Roll an investigation check.
16.
It seems that they can be quite valuable. You don't understand why these people are being fed with plates made of ruby, but they seem to be quite valuable.
Midge will grab it then because it caught her eye earlier. So
Excellent. And Midge, as you grab them, please roll a Dex 20 saving throw as you trigger a trap. It was too good to be true, Midge.
Yeah.
And that's to avoid 58 points of lightning damage on a failed save.
All right. Well, I am. That certainly woke everyone up.
You are resistant to
so
lightning, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And that definitely draws the attention of the Drider.
That's 29 damage.
Very good.
All right.
And
And well, 29 points of damage, Midge, as you just get electrocuted by that fake.
Oh shit!
And you can all click on your tokens and roll initiative. And the Drider turns to you all and says, Intruders! And,
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, I said a prayer to Miska.
all right, and let's put a proper song here. All right, and I'm missing someone here. Who am I missing in the initiative? Drazov. How much did you roll?
He said he stepped away. He'll be right back.
All right. Oh, so since we have to wait for him, maybe it's a good time for us to, before we start the combat, for us to ask our audience and give them a chance to play today's.
Name that.
Who's that? Demon Lord! Yay!
Yay!
All right. So you guys, let's take a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Looks like the Night King.
It does.
All right. Are we all back?
Made it.
I'm back.
Yes, sir.
I rolled my initiative while we were away, so it didn't go directly to the thing. But it,
All right. Nat 20. Very good.
yeah, wasted
get-
on an initiative roll.
Well, you get inspiration out of that. Okay. Is
Does anybody
Midge
else
back?
need inspiration? Because I've already got it.
I can probably take it.
All right, you're welcome to it.
Thank you.
All right. Is Midge back? Not yet. All right. So, have you guys guessed who is this demon lord?
Is it Graz?
Is Grazed. Yes, it is. It is indeed. It's Grazed! And, or also known as Hot Damn, it's Grazed! As...
I think it's signature.
Oh, yes, because he is the proof that demons can be hot too. As he's the dark lord of seduction and shadowy powers that make everybody fall for him. All right, and on that note, do we have Midge back? Midge, are you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of your battle. As Midge couldn't resist to check if a plate made of ruby was just forgotten there in the middle of. Midge, after you touch and you got electrocuted, you gotta admit was a bit conspicuous. The whole
The
thing.
question is, does she still get the plate though?
The plate was just a decoy, Midge, to trigger a trap.
So it wasn't a real ruby plate then.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
I'm imagining like a piece of paper with like a string attached to the back, and Midge's character is like, ooh, and pulls it, and the string comes with it.
Yeah.
And ultimately, Midge, as you realize that was not a real plate, it breaks your heart a little bit. It does. But now you have bigger worries.
as you are about to face all these creatures coming to you, 3 of them. Cyril, you were the first one to act. What would you like to do?
So Cyril is just going to first off cast Crown of Stars. So he's going to cast at 7th level. So I believe it's 7 stars, 1 for each level. Yeah.
Okay.
So 7 star-like motes appear around him. That always does the roll. I apologize.
Okay.
That was not meant to roll. And then I'm going to move over here, and as my bonus action, I'm going to hit the spider, the big spider.
Okay.
And that will be a... wow, that's a 14 to hit.
A 14 does not hit.
I'll use my inspiration. Wow, does a 17 hit?
It does not hit.
Wow, wow.
Wow, indeed.
And Cyril's just gonna like look to the other guys and say, you guys didn't see that, right? You can't see the giant spider. I mean, like I totally hit it. And he's gonna just turn there in shame.
And Drazov, what would you like to do?
Okay, so now we probably do need the tokens for the Manifest Mind and Basil.
There you go.
So thank you. So he's gonna move to here. I should be able to see have line of sight to the rider from there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing he's gonna do is. Alright, he's going to send his awakened mind 30 feet forward. Putting it about there. Doing that as a bonus action. And then for his action, he is casting, or he's using Psychic Whispers on the Drider.
Very good.
Does a 20 hit?
A 20 hits.
Nice. Alright, so it is done. Right? Yeah. And
DC 15 intelligence save.
Yeah.
The creature failed. Describe
so
your
he's
spell, Drazov.
Yeah. Alright, so he gets to where he can poke his head out and see it, and he just whispers into the ethers. I don't know if my mic actually picked any of that up. Or was that just silence?
Just silence.
Alright. So just a lot of hissing and spitting and whispering sounds. Sorry, I tried to act that out, but my mic's not that great. And as he does that, they sort of flow out from his mouth and get warped and wobble the air, and they hit the Drider, and it becomes kind of just held in place as he tries to figure out what's going on. His mind is overwhelmed.
And look at that, Drazov using his Lichdom mastery for the first time. Like a real Lich now. And the creature is stunned for 1 minute. And it can repeat this intelligence save DC 15 at the end of each of its turn. All right.
And I think that's going to be it for Drazov's turn.
Very good. Midge, what would you like to do?
Midge will shake her head
You stupid idiot. You should have known better.
To herself, and move up to here.
Oh,
And,
Midge,
she'll drop
I forgot. Yeah, well, you're gonna drop concentration now, but you should have done a concentration check for the pass without a trace anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was dropping it anyway. And she will do symbiotic entity. So she gains 80 hit points, and she has the halo of spores around her.
Okay.
Which is the 10 feet around me. So if you want to give that aura, the 10-foot aura, and
Okay.
80 temporary hit points, which takes me to 254. And then as a bonus action, she will cast Shillelagh on her Staff of Withering. And
Very
that'll
good.
Be the end of her turn.
Very good. Okay. And with that, let's do Creek first. Creek, what would you like to do?
Alright. Well, Creek will move away from the door after being embarrassed by that prayer. And seeing how Cyril had his stars and he looks a little sad from shooting the stars, I think Creek's going to cheer him up. He's going to give him Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action.
Thank you, boss.
Oh, and I got just a song for you. It's going to make you happier. Creek takes out a guitar and starts playing in a melancholy and a sad tune. And you just hear him sing, "Ain't nobody hurt you like Vecna did to you. But ain't nobody inspire you like I do. Promise that I will help you like you do too. Cyril, it's time to move on with something new. Because, Cyril, I'll be happier. Yes, I do. I lost all my friends and I feel it too. And until then I'll sing to hide the truth. But back then I was happier. It's true." For you, Cyril. And you just hear this like boy band in the back cheering you up with inspiration.
Wow, this version of Creek does ballads, guys. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Midge last week and now Creek this week. Guys, I feel so loved.
Well, that must feel uncomfortable as a lich.
Don't tell my wife.
Alright, and just because I want this place to shine like my words, I'm gonna cast Sickening Radiance. Let's see. Hopefully this will not get... This is 40 feet, so everything in here.
Okay.
And everything needs to do a con 20 save, or they'll take 28 radiant, or half on success, and they'll also suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Nice.
All right, and the Drider passed. Despite being stunned. That's good con.
And anytime you start your turn in there or first enter it, they'll also have to make that save too. And that will end my turn.
All right, let me put a big area there.
Is that everyone or just creatures of your choice, Craig?
Anyone. It's non-discriminatory.
Okay, good to know.
This should be.
Well, you guys are immune to exhaustion. Unless it's exhaustion that comes from your hunger.
Yeah, but the radiant damage though.
Or from you spending way too many internal resources that cause exhaustion. Like Cyril's time shenanigans.
Doesn't last very long.
Well, you can still cast it, but now you have a cap. It's not at will. All right, let me see if I can
Oh, did your powers get nerfed, Cyril?
But I mean, very, very understandably.
Makes sense.
I would have had a guarantee on everything or a pass on everything. So
Okay.
every turn, so it had to be nerfed.
I would. All right, there you go. The
And
Drying
that
passes takes half a damage, right? Just
Half
14.
damage and no exhaustion, yeah.
All right,
And when they start their turn in there, they'll have to do it again.
they will.
and I end my turn.
All right, and it's now the turn of a mage that you can't see yet, as she is on the other side, and she shouts, "Who dares to come to Eb's Edge? Who dare to come to threaten our queen? You will all perish before the dawn." And well, she notices they spell, but she doesn't give a damn. So she's just going to enter the area. As a bonus action, she will dash for 60 feet, as now you can see her coming towards you. And let me see if I get an image of her to send to you guys. Yeah, in the character chat I can do it. Alright. And you see...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you see her, she seems to be... You see her, she seems to be some sort of hobgoblin assassin. As she arrives there, and you see she got to do now a con save. What was the DC again? 20, right?
Yeah.
And she failed, so she takes 1 point of exhaustion. And she has a bonus action, and she's gonna pull her light crossbow, and she is going to shoot at Midge, which is the best valid target she has. All right, so that's a...
Does she get? Does Midge get any bonuses because of being behind the barrels and stuff?
I'll give you a well, you're a small Midge, so I'll give you a +5 to your AC.
Yeah, that's why I moved over there.
Excellent. She rolled a 25 though, which I think it passes that.
Yeah.
So you take 10 points of piercing damage, 29 points of poison damage. However, you are immune to poison, so this does nothing to you. And here comes her second attack. And wow, she rolled another 25 for 9 points of piercing and 31 poison, which you don't take it. And I just want to double check.
It's just standard piercing, right? So
yeah,
like
you are not.
nothing happens at all.
However, you are not immune to the poison condition. So you gotta do 2 Constitutions, Constitution 15 saving throw.
Wait, hold on. I am because of
You are immune to poison damage, but not to... Oh no, you are, because of fungal body. Okay, why did you put it this... Okay, alright, then never mind. Never mind.
but it also says poisoned and necromantic nature as well.
Oh, alright, okay, yeah, I've missed that one. Okay.
So we can't be poisoned either.
Very good, very good. And with that, you guys now see a Duergar just rushing towards this area. He also got to do a con save. Let me try and centralize this a little bit more. And he failed. And he says,
They are trying to come here and take on and sacrilege and just do their what is happening suddenly? I feel a bit tired.
Yeah, I feel tired too. I think they've done something. They are spellcasters. Look at it, Ryder. She can barely move.
Oh, should I ring the alarm?
Yeah, ring the alarm.
And he grabs the webs there nearby, and he just play on them as if they were strings in a harp. And you guys see the webs vibrating as they go up to the roof, and you know you can expect something more coming, more fun your way. Well, while he stands there, he is going to cast. It's a strange little Duergar. He's going to cast Ice Storm on top of you, Midge. And that is...
Can he see me? Because I can't see him.
No. Let me see. Can he see you?
Yeah,
No, he can...
the line
No,
is right
yeah, you're right. He cannot see you because I'm seeing as a DM.
Yeah.
He's right there in the corner. If he was like 5 feet, he would see it.
Yeah.
But he can see Cyril and Drazov, and he's going to aim at on top of them. So that's an ice storm. There's a 20-foot radius cylinder. You guys gotta do a Dex. This is a Dex 14 saving throw. Should be easy enough, and that area will become difficult terrain.
Dex 14.
And let me put an area there. You failed.
I failed with a +9. Wow.
All right. So centering on the two of you.
Wait,
Oh yeah, you're gonna be catch.
I've
You're gonna be caught as well, Creek. You're gonna roll a DC 14 Dex save. Very good.
I skate on it.
All right, you get inspiration out of that. You're actually gonna take half a damage as well, and you've passed, Cyril, and Drazov, you passed as well, right on the money, and Drazov, you gotta do for your familiar. I think your familiar dies either way, but let's check the damage.
Oh right, because it's not just ground damage. Yeah. Definitely good.
Yeah, so that's
Because,
9 points of 9 points of bludgeoning and 10 of code. Yeah, you were saying, Creek?
Not button.
Oh, as a reaction, I'm just gonna use infectious inspiration since Cyril passed. I'm just gonna give my infectious over to Drazov, so now he has a D12.
All
That's my
right.
reaction.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who passed, the bludgeoning damage doesn't register. Oh, it's a magical bludgeoning, so it does register. So that is 10 points of damage altogether.
Does that include the resistance from the cold?
You have resistance to cold. Oh,
Yeah. I
so
do too.
okay, so that's 5.
Nice.
I also, both me and Kvazil, on account of Kvazil being my familiar, both have resistance to spells and spell-like effects. So does that resistance?
That gives you gives you advantage on the saving throw, and gives him advantage on the saving throw. So roll his saving throw.
Yeah, it's not letting me roll it from my sheet. So give me 1 minute.
If you click on the token, do you see purple buttons on the top left? Yeah, of your screen.
Oh,
There you go. You can just click directly in roll 20.
Yeah.
Very good. It passes, and it takes 5 points of damage. Does it have resistance to cold?
He does. Yes, he does.
Very good. Then you only take 5 points and still alive with 2 hit points. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. And that's the wizard's turn. And it's now the turn of the Drider that can only do an action, a bonus action on its turn. Let's see what it can do. It can't move. All right, it will cast dancing lights around it, around itself. And suddenly you guys see 4 torch-size lights that appear and start to glow and hover in the air around this Drider. I'm just gonna put here a little flame or something like that.
Also, sorry, I missed it while I was figuring out the familiar stuff. How much damage did Drazolf take?
5.
Okay.
And now the Drider is going to attempt to release itself from whatever you did to him, Drazolf. And it passes. It's no longer stunned. In the next turn. Oh, and it has to roll that con save, right?
Yeah, every time.
Very good. And it failed and is exhausted as well.
The intruders, they are powerful. This is a full-blown invasion. We need reinforcements.
All right. And with that, Cyril, we're back at you.
Back to me. As this is difficult terrain, I have a humongous movement speed of 10, which gets me to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much. As my bonus action, I'm going to shoot another mote of my Crown of Stars. This time, I'm going to shoot towards the Hobgoblin to the left, and that will be a... Where is it? Silly spell. That is a... Wow, that is a nat 1. I'm going to use my not my chronal shift. What's the other one I have? Yes, I'm going to use my chronal shift, which allows me to re-roll it.
Okay. Let me show you the. Let me send an image of the Duergar as well. The Duergar mage.
It's a little bit better. 21 to hit the Hobgoblin.
That hits.
Perfect, and that will be 33 points of radiant damage.
Excellent.
These are high-level spellcasters. We need more reinforcements.
And Cyril's just gonna look to the Hobgoblin and just say, "Or you just let us through and no one has to die." I mean, technically we're already dead, but you don't have to die.
We'll never betray our queen.
Okay, you asked for it. And he'll cast a fireball at 5th level. And that is going to... I had it a second ago. That is going to be cast right there. So we'll get all of them.
Okay. It's a fireball.
That is fireball.
Very
That's
good.
DC 19, or they take 35. Wow, that's really bad. Only a 19 self save. Wow.
19, or they take 45.
35.
35. Oh.
I hope that's a good O.
Well, 2 of them pass, 1 failed. They take the fire damage, but you know what I really love when people cast fireball in an area covered in webs?
Oh no! It's
All
just
the
like-
webs catch fire.
Because webs are flammable, and just like that. Let me see if I have a proper explosion that
This
makes
entire place.
that
yeah.
makes as this.
Oh, no.
And just like that. Oh boy.
I'll do some effect for the viewers.
And oh no, there is a proper effect because I'm gonna have to set this entire place on fire now.
I've seen it before at least once.
So my thinking here, surely it'll take some time. For
Now
it to be
everybody
spread.
gotta do that DC 19 dex save, as this entire, as I said, the entire roof is covered in, as you can see, there's web all around you. Everything's gonna catch flame, so there's no one in this room that will be able to escape this. So all of you guys can roll that DC 19 dex save as well.
Before I roll, because we're in an ice storm, does that help us at all?
Surely we get advantage. Like really cold stuff.
If
Really
anything,
hot
it should
stuff.
give you disadvantage because it's difficult terrain for you guys to just jump around and protect.
Alright, I'll just roll.
And both Kvazal and I have advantage on that because of his spell resistance, right?
Yes. This is not a spell.
Oh, right, okay. Never
This-
mind.
This is not a spell. This is
You do it.
I'm gonna use my inspiration then.
this is
Bardic
physics.
inspiration.
Oh yeah, I'll use the bardic inspiration first then.
So surely
Alright.
the whole room wouldn't go on fire immediately.
Yeah,
Really would do-
yeah. That's what
it would spread.
inflammable means. It just sets everything on fire. Let's put some lots of fire here, all over this
Very good.
place.
Right.
I would put proper animated flames. For whatever reason, Roll20 is not cooperating with me. It's a bit too slow. So just to speed up things, I'm just gonna
Don't worry, guys. I got an idea. You're not gonna like it though, but I got an idea.
Then we're gonna have a water bucket.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna put this out, a water bucket. Well, the good news is that they are inflammable, and this fire is not gonna last long, but it's gonna be there for a couple of rounds. So yeah, fun times. I mean, no one can tell you Cyril doesn't know how to throw a party.
Mm-hmm.
Really brings down the house.
Oh
You're
yeah,
welcome, guys.
I mean, the roof is on fire, but you don't need the water.
The roof is on fire.
Oh boy.
Oh,
All right. So, for lack of better effects, roll 20. Come on, give me my better effects. That's the fire we have today. Okay. So, Cyril, how much damage did you give the guys?
35.
35. So, Midge, you take 17. Drazov, you take 35. Your familiar is scorched to death and is gone. He's unsummoned.
Even though he's flying, like him being not on the. Oh,
there's no area. It was an explosion, so there's no area.
Right.
Let me give you another explosion.
There we go.
And there's no area here that was not caught by the explosion. So he's gone. Cyril, you take 35 as well.
It's already applied.
It's already applied? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've
17 for
that.
me.
Yes, 70 for you. 35 for Drazov. Have you applied already in your token? No?
Not yet.
70. Okay. All right.
Now it is.
Real quick, my token is showing the wrong health. My max should be 142, and my current should be 102 instead of 148 or 108.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to adjust the max.
Done.
Thank you.
All right. And Midge, you took. You took 17. You already applied?
Yeah, I changed everything. Yep.
All right, great. All right, so with that, as Cyril burned the entire place, you guys notice that there are spiders coming from the ceiling, and they got burned, and they start to fall and start to rain spiders on fire. Oh, burning spiders fall from the ceiling. Cyril, you really know how to throw a party.
I can only imagine how excited Midge is at the prospect.
And the spiders falls to the ground, all of them with their legs up, and all of you please roll a DC 15 deck save to see if a spider falls on your head.
Dodging ice, dodging fire, and dodging spiders.
Oh, Drazov, a spider falls right on top of you. Oh, Midge falls on top of you as well.
Midge is trying to catch them in her mouth.
How big are these
Bigger than
spiders?
Midge
These
is
are
like,
giant spiders, and
This is glorious.
because they're falling 90 feet before arriving at you, you take 9d6 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, you don't, because it's not magical damage.
Anything.
All right. So, oh no, it is. They are on fire. I did say they were ablaze. So, I'm gonna give you 3d6 points of fire damage because they are landing on top of you. So that's 5 points of fire damage.
I'm gonna say this
5.
again, guys. I do apologize. But I did kill four spiders.
Yes, you killed a great many spiders. I have one on my face.
Yes.
Pointing
It is
to
right here on my face.
Drazov, you also have fire on your face, and look at the room, so you're welcome.
Cyril, am I putting this in your tail when I go to the bar later on?
Yes. I think you should.
Alright.
But maybe make the spiders dragons, so I seem a little cooler.
Drazov, what would you like to do?
Well, do I need to, like, what kind of action is it to peel flaming spider goop off my face?
Well, you're definitely
action?
prone. You're definitely prone. Half of your speed to get up from under the spider.
Okay. Alright, so he heals his way out of the remains of this burning, smoldering spider corpse. Stands back up. That's half his move action right there. Slops off the goo. That was very unpleasant. I'm not pleased with you right now, Cyril. Right now we have bigger spiders to burn.
Always bigger spiders to burn.
So, yes. Okay, measure this out. Yeah, I think that'll work. Or, oh, that'll work better. Alright, so with his bonus action, he's moving the Awakened Vine to there. 30 feet. And he's going to whisper a few arcane words and make a motion like he's going to, like he's trying to spit, but nothing comes out of his mouth. Instead, a line of acid shoots forth from the manifest mind and hits both the hobgoblin and sprays across both the hobgoblin and the strider.
Very good.
In a 30-foot line, and that is Tasha's caustic brew being cast at sorry. Oh wow, nope, not 9th level. Gonna do that at 4th level.
All right. Very good. And both of them gotta do a Dex save 21. Which I did it wrong. The hobgoblin passes with a nat 20. The drider fails. The drider takes 26 points of acid damage as it screams. And the hobgoblin takes 13.
And they will need to, yeah, and on its next turn, at the start of its next turn, it's going to need to take additional damage, or roll for additional damage. I guess
Alright.
just take as long as because I am constant. Oh, also, I need a concentration marker, because I need to maintain the acid damage.
Alright. Okay. Andrezov, is that the end of your turn?
I believe so. Because, yeah, there's not really anywhere that I could, like, there's no more spiders falling down that I would need to get out of the way of, and, like, the fire damage isn't really something I'm gonna be able to... Oh, wait, no, I've already used my bonus action. Yeah, that's my turn.
You might want to just step away from the blazing spider that fell on top of you, so you don't take damage.
Oh, right, I do have more... yeah, I forgot I had more move action. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, he's gonna finish off by just stepping out of the goo.
Very good. And with that, Midge, what would you like to do?
Midge is gonna crawl up away from and find a little place to settle herself. Actually, she'll just go right here to give herself a little bit cover again. And she is going to... Actually, wait. Let's see. What's the range? Oops, that's not what I meant. Line. 32, 30. She's gonna move a little bit closer. She'll move like there. Does that get her? Just within the range there, just within the range there. Okay. So what you see is she's going to throw looks like some type of powder is going to fly through the air, and she is going to cast blindness, deafness. Wait, she gets 2 targets, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. No, that was the wrong level. Sorry. She wants to do it at 3rd level. And both of them need to make Con 19 saves. These guys, or be blinded.
Very good.
So I meant to do that at 3rd level, not 2nd. So I can add in a 2nd target.
Very good. And both of them are blinded.
Cool. And as a bonus,
Something in my eye. Me too.
and as a bonus action, she's going to throw her Halo of Spores over in their direction, which is a 10-foot cube. So she can throw it 30 feet away, so she'll position it right in between them.
All right.
Right there. I don't know if you want to mark that cube while I hold it.
Let me just. As soon as I think I'm gonna have to bring my little technical
You can
issues
just
song
trace it. Yeah.
because it's not. There you go.
Okay. And then her aura will disappear.
Yeah.
Because that's her. Those are her spores now.
All right.
And with that, they will need to make another Con 19 save. Each of them. And are they at disadvantage because they're blinded now?
Sure. Con 19, both fail.
Con 19. All right, so they take 2d10 necrotic. So I'll just do it here. So they each take 19 necrotic damage.
All right.
And that will complete my
and the
turn.
hobgoblin and is dead. And the Drider is in terrible shape. They were not expecting you guys to just nuke their entire base.
You're welcome.
Now, for purposes of combat, I know. Are we just assuming then that what you've marked is the area of the map that's on flames?
No,
That's
no.
on fire.
Consider everywhere where there were webs is on flame. The carts are on flame. Let me put.
So do I?
I
need to move
had
away from-
better special effects, but I guess I'm gonna have to settle for the special defects, and just go for and just keep all of this. But it's all ablaze. All the crates, everything
Okay.
here was very
Well, then
much inflammable.
Okay, then she would have moved away from that. Then she wouldn't have stayed in
All
the
right.
amongst those. Yeah, that's
All right.
that would be silly for her to stay in the fire.
All right.
And that'll complete my turn then.
Very good. Creek, what would you like to do?
Okay, so that means I'm not in the fire area. Sweet. Okay. So then,
Yeah, you're not in the fire area.
as I'm like getting to the center here, going like, I'm gonna move a little bit. Ooh, man, quite the scene. And while I'm still gonna maintain the what's it called, Sickening Radiance, I'm gonna, as an action, I'm gonna cast the 5th level spell Synaptic Static.
Okay.
And let me see. Oh, your Manifest Mind can take damage, right? Or is that thing intangible?
It's intangible.
Oh, okay, good then. I don't mind if it gets hit. So I'm just gonna make a little finger gun. I'm gonna go pew break their minds. And everyone in there is going to do an intelligence 20 save, or take 30 psychic, have a minus d6 on attack ability and con saves, and or they take half damage and they don't get that special effect.
Very good.
And don't they have disadvantage as well because they're exhausted?
It's only first level exhaustion.
Is first
is it?
level.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh no, sorry.
the Drider, the mage passes, and the Drider fails. So the Drider dies out of this damage. As her head starts to bleed, and she just goes, and she falls. This poor Drider, she only wanted to scratch her back. That's all she wanted, and. She can't even do that, guys. And the wizard takes 15.
And I'll look over to Landro and says, you might want to move away from that fire. Plus, do you think you can get these doors open for us? I'm sorry I prayed to the wrong person.
And Landro says, okay, I guess I can do that. After all, it is in my best interest to get out of these flames. And you hear him saying that same droll dialect again, and this is what you catch from it. Oh, shadow-wed weaver, mistress of the endless web, hear the whispers of your humble seekers. We bow before your cunning treads and embrace the chaos of your silky, strong labyrinth. Guide our steps into your shadowed sanctum, that we may witness your divine artistry and prove our worth in your eyes. May our ambition feed your intrigue and our treachery honor your boundless deceit. Open the door to your web's heart, O queen of spiders, for we come bearing secrets and seek your favor in kind. And as he says that, you hear that the same sound of the door opening that you heard before, as the rocks just split open. And however, I should describe what is on the other side. But at this point, only Creek and Landro can see. So
Before I end my turn, can I at least see what that is?
let me see if I can do. No, I have to drag you there in order for you to see. No, you can actually. You can't see it. Landro can, as he passes to the other side. And let's say Landro would describe this to you. He says, oh, there's an enormous pentagram drawn in chalk with a stub of lit candles placed at each of its 5 points. Cover the floor of this very open chamber, and there's a hooded figure here that hunches over a cluttered table in the southwest corner, mumbling profane phrases.
Well, that doesn't sound that bad. Alright, guys. As I say to the others, I'm gonna go with Landro. Feel free to follow me once we're all set. And I'll just I have enough movement speed to get into the other side.
All right.
There we go. And I'll say, greetings! I'll say in Elvish. Hi, we're looking for the Spider Queen, and Creek thinks for a second. Loth.
Miska? Not the wolf spider.
Miska.
You reach the other side and you see this s1e20 mage, and he's just finishing what seems to be a summoning spell. Let me put here for you guys in the in-character chat an image. Out of this, you see a creature you've seen before, thanks to Drazov. As out of this summoning pit comes a demon, a Glabrazu.
Oh boy.
All right.
Lobster dragon.
And my turn there.
And with that,
I don't have any movement. I have to stay in there.
Let's add both of them to this initiative. All right.
Yay!
Yeah, and I don't know why it rewarded my initiative. All right, and Creek, that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
All right, so it's the turn of the spellcaster that just summoned the Glabrazoo, and as a ritual, and the creature will cast as a bonus action. It will Misty Step all the way to the other side of the room, and then walk towards this hallway, 30 feet. And then it will cast a let's say magic missile. And we'll cast that at 5th level. So here comes a bunch of magic missiles your way, Creek. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missiles. It casts at 5th level. There's one more. So 6 missiles just fly through the air in random directions, and then suddenly they all just follow and converge on you, and one after another. You take that is a total of, I have 10, 23 points of force damage.
Ooh. As I feel them hit each parts of my soul.
And with that, the Glabrazoo enters the room and immediately starts to rage as the little mage says,
Attack the intruders! Attack the intruders!
Do as I wish. I hate spellcasters.
And I'm gonna try to persuade me like, yeah, I just only play my music here. This guy's using spell. I want to beat him up too. I'll help you out, and then take out any other spellcasters. Try to convince him.
Roll deception.
Get his autograph too, man.
36.
Yeah.
Very good. And the Glabrazoo seems confused as he looks at the little goblin that summoned him, and the goblin says,
I stand. Attack the intruder.
and the Glabrazoo says,
You're lucky you're concentrating on that ritual, your little best.
and he's going to attack you.
Ouch.
Josh.
But it was a very good attempt. I mean, if this creature is not being controlled by the spell, it would be attacking its spellcaster now. All right, so it has multi-attack, and first thing it's going to do is to cast Power Word Stun on you, and it's innate spell casting. So he just says, "Stay right there."
Well,
And-
I have 158 hit points. I look at him going like, alright, can I deceive him again?
You can certainly roll performance
It's like Creek just goes like,
to see if you are stunned.
I'm gonna actually use my inspiration to reroll that. I'm gonna use a luck point to
Oh.
reroll that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, it could get better than this. Alright, 27.
Nice. Nice.
Very good. All right. Let me see if I can catch everybody in the on the screen. Yeah, there you go. And with that, the Glabrazoo. All right. Yeah. All right, it can still make 2 attacks with its pincer on you. So here comes the first one. That's a 25 and a 24 to hit you.
Are those both hit?
All right.
And since I'm pretending, I guess I'll have to pretend I'm under stun condition just to fool it.
Okay. He seems convinced you are stunned, but he grapples, he attacks you, he gives you 16 points of bludgeoning damage with its piercing, which is... Huh. I'm gonna call this non-magical bludgeoning. As it's part of its anatomy. So no blood, but you were grappled by the first, and then he attacks you with the second, and he grapples you with both his piercing, so you double grappled. It's a DC 15 to escape that grapple. Yeah, acrobatics or athletics, and costs you half of your speed. All right. And yes, I slightly adapted the rule for grappled in my game, so it's not that punishing. Someone in Wizard of the Coast can try to explain to me how come for you to stand up from the ground costs half of your speed, but for you to shake your ass and get rid of someone who is holding your arm takes actually a proper action. So that never made sense to me. All right, so it's now the turn of the mage. Is still inside. Are you still holding concentration on the sickening radiance?
Oh, let me roll a con. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's probably drop. Yeah, that's definitely dropping. So all of his exhaustion that he had applied is now gone.
Okay. And well, that's pretty good for the wizard, as he's going to have to run all the way over here. And he sees Midge, and he says,
In the name of love.
and he looks down and says, "Yes, sister, I will kill her in the name of love." And the last words of the Drider, as she, with her last breath, she said to him, and that inspired him. And now he's very inspired, as he is going to cast Fireball on you, Midge. And
Okay.
you gotta do a DC 15 dex save to avoid.
$22.
22? Okay. So you're gonna take half a damage out of 20 points. So you take 10 points of fire damage, Midge.
Okay.
And as the fireball just explodes on top of you. And he says, "Resistant little pest. Love's gonna eat you alive." And he sits down on the ground as he puts himself prone, as he's particularly tired. The Drider is dead. Cyril, what would you like to do?
Would we have heard the commotion in the room to our right?
You wouldn't. Drays of wood.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to proceed as if I know nothing. So I'm back up to 20 feet. So I'm going to move up beside Midge. He's going to look to Midge and say, "I am really sorry about the fires. Surely they'll be put out soon. I mean, there's very little webbing left for them to burn.
Yeah, just maybe look around before you start throwing fire, please.
And Cyril's gonna look to Midge and say, Didn't you pick up a plate over there and got shocked?
Yeah, but that only affected me. Your fire fucked all of us up.
Oh, Midge. And Cyril's gonna cast, with his bonus action, another mote from his crown, which is going to be a... This rolls a 28 to hit the sorcerer, the drow.
Okay.
Or
The Duergar, you mean?
Duergar, sorry.
Alright.
And that'll be 24 radiant.
Alright, it's a ranged attack and he's prone, so you have disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 19.
That still hits, yes. And as you hit him, you just see him saying, "I'll be with love now, asshole." And he's gone.
So we're not aware that this door is opened, right? Midge and Cyril?
Yes, you are aware something was open because you could hear the stone moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can Drazov see inside? No.
Drazov cannot see the other side yet.
Okay. We can't see anything further down. Cyril's is going. I can't use my booms. Cyril's gonna look to Midge and just say, maybe we should go investigate the other room. Hopefully it's not on fire. And I promise I'll be a little bit wary with my spells. And
Okay, I just need to grab my spores and bring them with me.
And as my action, I will dash. Just dash another 20 feet back to where I was. Side over here.
All right.
That's me done.
Very good. Drazov, what would you like to do?
Alright, so... Okay. He's going to... Alright, so, first of all, so... Drazov has been able to hear at least some of what was coming from the other room. How much did he actually hear of what happened, or what's been happening in there?
You heard everything.
Okay. Alright, so he has a general idea of what's going on, he just hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Alright, well, upon seeing the last enemy fall in this room, he's going to, as a bonus action, Misty Step into the room, so roughly there-ish. And then just mosey on up to the Glabra Zoo and give it a nice little pat on the arm, or on the claw, one of those big old claws that's grappling Creek there. And go, yes, I know he's annoying, but you really must be letting him go now. And with that, he's casting Empiric Touch at fifth level.
Another filthy
Tendrils of dark
spellcaster.
energy surge out from his hands as he touches.
And a 19 will hit. Roll the damage.
That is 16 necrotic,
Yeah.
and I get 8 back.
All right.
And that is his turn.
And he looks at you and says,
Filthy spellcaster. I'm gonna cut
Yes,
your
I get
head
that.
off.
I get that a lot too.
I should get this guy's signature. I love his energy as you hear Creek and being constrained by him.
Midge, what would you like to do?
So as a bonus action, she will bring her spores back to herself, so that square goes away, and her aura comes back. 10 foot. And she has 40 feet of movement. So that'll get her, I'll say to that crack right there. So she'll weave her way,
Excuse me, Cyril.
to right there. And the question is, Legend, since this is such a big creature, how wide is the door? Does she have line of sight to the Gibberzoo, whatever the hell his name is? Glabberzoo.
She does, but it has half cover because Creek and Drazov are in front of him.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, let me just check one thing. Let me see from your point of view.
I don't know.
No, you don't have it. No, you don't have it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how wide the.
Yeah.
So.
This is the door right here. That's the wrong measuring tool.
Okay. The door goes to right here.
Yeah,
like where the
this
fire
is the exactly right
Okay.
here.
All right. Let's see. So as a bonus action to bring those back, movement. I suppose I could use my action to move. Midge, when she gets up there,
Hey, what's going on in there?
Does anyone
she
answer?
says to Creek and Drazov,
What's going on in there?
This guy's pretty funny, but he got summoned by this mage all the way in the corner. I think I'm gonna try to get his...
Which guy?
It is a Galabrazoo. It is no concern. It is only hurting Creek right now, and he is suspect to begin with, so, don't worry too much.
I'm gonna try to get his signature. This guy's rage is so pure, it's like art.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess as her action then she will move. She'll move up next to those there. And she'll try to, yeah, you'll need to bring me through. I can't get through, Legend. But
Okay.
I want to put her up there next to those mushrooms. That's
All right.
approximately 40 feet. Actually, no, let's bring you down. Let's bring her down so that her, to right there. And that'll complete my turn. And he needs to give me a con 19 save, please.
Okay.
Because of my halo. Halo.
He passed.
It did. Okay. Is it all or nothing?
I would expect so.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
That completes my turn.
Creek, what would you like to do?
Greek, impressed by this guy that's grappling him right now with his claws. I know that ugly spellcaster over there is keeping you bound to his command, but I like your pure unadulterated rage, and it moved me, and I've met a lot of people. So I'll tell you what, I'll go take care of that spellcaster to free you, And in return, I want you to sign my my instrument. As you probably noticed, I like to collect signatures of interesting individuals across the multiverse, and I think yours would be a nice addition.
I won't sign any contract with you.
Oh no, it's not contract based.
Do you take me for a fool?
Of course not. Why would I want to challenge someone as mighty as you? This is not contract based as the people who've signed this, as I try to show Strahd and Tasha. These are people's signatures, unrelated to contract, that I keep as a memento.
Roll persuasion, Creek.
28!
And he says,
Okay, you have a deal. But you're gonna let me kill this spellcaster as well, right?
Oh, you can kill that spellcaster as well. I know you're not able to release me, so I'll have to release myself from your claws.
go ahead.
And I'd do the acrobatics you said?
Yeah, acrobatics or athletics, whichever you prefer.
I'm gonna use a lucky point to reroll that.
Yep. Nope.
Alright.
That's
try one more
pretty tight.
Last
Yeah.
lucky point. Let's do this. Just enough.
You release from one claw, there is still another one.
Am I able to cast spells now?
Sure.
Alright.
But you just convinced this guy that you are not a spellcaster.
You're right. Dang. Okay, I have another way to do this. Would I be able to sleight of hand my paralyzing touch as a lich?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
He's still gonna be able to see if you paralyze him.
Okay. Dang. No, I can't. I tried not to guess. I really put myself in a bind here. Wait. I can use the other half of my movement to break free, right? Because you said it costs half my movement.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna use the other half of my movement to break out. And a natural 20.
Excellent. And you get inspiration for that.
And I say, oh man, that stretched my bones a bit. And as an action, I'm gonna dash. So, and I'm gonna get the opportunity attack, but I know he does not
Absolutely
naturally
will.
bludgeoning.
Well, yeah.
And I'll look to him and I'm like, you putrid spellcaster, you're gonna learn why us non-spellcasters are the better people. How dare you enslave this amazing Glappersu with his pure unadulterated rage. And as a bonus action, I'm gonna use unsettling words on him.
Alright.
And to get on his nerves, I'll say, it's sweet how you pretend to try, but I doubt you know what you are doing. And his next save, he'll have to subtract 9 from it.
Very good.
I had my turn there.
And a spellcaster runs deeper into that hallway, and as it sees sees you from afar, Creek, it shoots another wave of magic missiles towards you. Let me get all right.
pretty heavy-hitting missiles.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And that's, yeah, indeed. 15 plus that's 23 points of force damage. And with that, he spends the rest of his movement running deep into the hole. And you lose sight of him.
Spellcasters, am I right?
So, Glabrazu. He is going to attack the spellcaster near him because he hates them. And
Gee, thanks,
it's 4 attacks. 2 with its pierce, two with pierce pincers, and 2 with but just for fun, he's gonna cast confusion on you, Drazov. So the Glabrazu casts confusion. You gotta do a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Very good. You are not confused, and he's going to attack you with the pincers.
And as a reaction, I'm going to cast shield. Gonna just throw his hand up. Yes.
Okay.
And he's casting shield.
So the first attack is an 18 and misses. The second attack is a 23. Does that hit?
That one hits. Yep.
All right. So you are grappled, but you don't take bludgeoning damage because this is not a magical attack. And he says to you,
Now is the part where I rip your head off, spellcaster.
Yes, once again, I hear this an awful lot. People tell me this all the time.
And Cyril, what would you like to do?
I'm going to first off move up to my 20 feet, and then I am going to Misty Step, which brings me just... Oh, I can't move into the next room. I'm going to Misty Step into the next room. Please.
There you go.
Thank you. I'm going to Misty Step there. I'm just going to look to Drazov, look to Midge, look to Creek, and say, at least it's not on fire, guys. It could be worse. And
yes, this is a considerable improvement.
And I'm gonna cast Fireball. No, I joke.
Oh god.
I will cast. No, I was gonna banish this thing, but it's only a minute. I'll cast Disintegrate at 6th level, which is a Dex 19 save, please.
Okay.
Or he takes 70 points of damage.
He failed.
Nice, nice.
This place crawling with you. Spellcasting rats.
At least
He's
I'm
gonna
not
look-
included in that.
And Cyril's gonna look over to Krieg and say, "What? What? You are literally a magic creature."
No, we're undead creatures technically. Besides, he's gonna give me his signature after I go free him.
Okay, after you free him? What do you mean free him?
What?
He's
What
held
is
under
happening?
he was held under ritual with that putrid spellcaster throwing magic missile at me.
What's
The
happening
only-
here?
The only spellcaster I see here is you, Creek, and you know he's not attacking you. What's going on there?
No, that's quite a lie, Cyril. You can't fool me with that. I just saw you use disintegrate on him. See?
Yeah, but
See,
he's
spellcasters
attacking.
I tell
All
him
right.
these lines.
Cyril, you
that
can.
Grizzle says to the Glabrazoo, you know, I think you should probably put me down, and you can have a pincer battle with the scorpion guy over there.
Hey, don't put him down. Don't put him down. He's the strongest spellcaster here.
That is a terrible, dreadful lie. It's all him.
No. And Cyril's gonna nudge Midge's character forward and say, "It's her. She's the strongest."
Oh god.
And you can roll persuasion against each other. And that includes you, Creek.
Alright.
As you're all trying to convince this creature of something.
Well, also
Midge
28.
Midge hasn't said a word. She's just standing there.
Okay, so you want to automatically lose this persuasion check?
What?
I think
okay.
that counts as a
Or-
performance check.
Oh, it could be.
Pretend like
Oh
she's not
yes!
a-
Oh
doesn't
yes!
exist.
Or Midge, you can pretend you are a mushroom if you want to roll performance.
Surely
I'll
Midge has
try and
advantage.
persuade.
Surely
Seven.
Midge has advantage on mushroom checks.
All right.
Alright, let's check. Let's check her mushroom.
So
She
Creek,
pretend to be a mushroom.
you're not very convincing, Midge.
No.
So, Creek, you were trying to persuade the creature that you are still, you're not a spellcaster, and that the creature is still persuaded. Then Cyril, you're trying to persuade the creature that that should attack either Drazov or Midge. The creature is convinced. Should attack either Drazov or Midge. So we'll continue to attack Drazov.
Sorry, dude.
That's all good.
I did originally mean this as a meme to be like, is Creek actually evil here? But
Look,
it
I
worked
waited
out.
the whole turn not using a spell. I deserve that.
I didn't see any of that. Cyril didn't see
Dang.
any of that. I'm sorry, Draco.
Totally
That's going to be the end of my chaotic turn.
And
But
yeah.
no fires. No fires.
Step in the right direction at least.
Yeah.
Well, the fire and that reminds me, the fire in the other room now would be put off, as it's just webs they're burning, so the other room has been completely burned. There's no more live fire there, just smoke. Drazov, what would you like to do?
Well, as an action, seeing that his clever ruse has come to naught, is going to look at the Glabrazoo and go, "You're not convinced, sorry. No. Well, I guess it is time for me to become a bit more fluid." And with that, he activates the amorphous ability of his Kirsten's ooze, melts through the fingers or through the claw rather.
Very
Of
good.
the Glabrazoo, and then Misty steps 30 feet away as a bonus action, or with his bonus action. That puts him like there. Second. And I think that's about all. Oh, right, and he can also for his move action. He's. Oh wait, let me measure that first. Gonna move to about there, yeah. See if he can still get eyes on that cast there, which it looks like.
No,
Alright,
you can't.
That'll conclude his turn.
All right, and you guys hear the steps of Spider approaching, and Spider walking, and there from the south, yet another Drider.
Intruders!
And she will come all the way over here. Let's see what she can do that is fun. She will attack with her longbow. This is the most fun thing she can do. Yeah. She will attack with her longbow, and she will attack Creek as you're the first thing she sees. That's a 23 and a 10.
The 23 hits.
Alright, that's 7 points of piercing damage, 1 poison.
Magical piercing?
Yes, that's a longbow plus 1.
Ah, alright, immune to the poison, so just 7 damage.
Yeah.
And it hits me, I go, oh no, my body. I'm gonna have to repair that later. With an arrow sticking out.
Oh yeah, she makes 3 attacks. So here comes... Let's find it straight. Another 23 for 10 points of piercing. And with that, Midge, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so Midgey Poo is going to look at this Glabrazoo. And let's see. She will just cast 4th level Blight. Con 19 save.
Okay. Con 19. It failed.
Nice.
Takes 38 points of necrotic damage.
Necrotic.
And it roars back at you.
Oh! And then we'll just say that Midge kind of semi-uses her enough of her hold on, give me just a second to do this correctly. Her just her head wild shapes, and back at she goes back at it.
That's the response. Yes.
Are we getting it?
Roar off.
as her head changes to something else.
All right, Midge, is that the end of your turn?
Let's see. Yeah, she likes kind of hiding behind the Tarask. Actually, she's gonna come back here and no. Where do I want to go? 22 is that what I am? Yeah, it is. Let's see. I don't want the Drider necessarily to. Yeah, she'll just stay there. That's fine.
Okay.
That'll
Creek.
complete my turn.
What would you like to do?
I looked at him and said, good luck here, don't die. I can't wait to get that signature. I'm gonna go chase after your master. Creek's just gonna go. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, there, and then action, we're gonna dash.
Alright.
Let's go, Grayzolf.
I do not like you. You are very suspicious.
Amen.
He says that as he sees you just sprinting back.
And I'm gonna chase after that, what's it called? That ritual caster going along with Creek's Lie.
The Sverfneblin.
Some,
Dark gnome.
something like that. Yes.
And that ends my
Gesundheit.
turn there. Gesundheit.
If only I'd been studying under dark creatures recently.
If only. And do you go all the way to the other side, Creek? Or you
Well,
stop
my
there?
movement gets me all the way over here, so I can't cross yet, but that's where I end my turn.
All right. You can't see it coming, but here comes another round of magic missiles towards you.
Wait, can the creature see me then, since I have a
Yeah, he can see you,
Oh.
but he just comes out from around the corner and throws some more magic missiles at you.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So-
not bad.
So that's for a total of 15 points of force damage as all the missiles converge on you. And it goes back into hiding, and it seems to be going around a corner as the corridor moves forward. And it's now the turn of the Glabra Zoo. And the creature does not appreciate all this.
It needs to make a con 19 at the beginning of its turn.
Oh, yeah. A con 19, it failed. How much damage?
2d10.
All right.
So 16 necrotic.
Excellent. And well, the creature is pissed, and it's going to attack you, Midge, because Drazoff is too far. So here comes 4 attacks.
Okay.
22, 28,
Those both hit.
13. Well,
13
the
misses.
two. No, it's not 13 because it has advantage because the first 2 that hit put you on a grappled.
Okay.
They are the pincers, and the second 2 are the fists. So it will have advantage. So they're gonna be for 30, 20, and 27.
Yeah, those all hit.
All right. You take no damage from any of them because it's all non-magical attacks.
But I'm grappled.
But you were grappled. And
I'm looking forward to my next turn.
all right. And well, on that note, Midge, let's looking forward for your next turn in the next session, as I'm gonna wrap up this one here at the top of the initiative, and we'll continue this shenanigans